Okay, solving right triangles, 2.4, trigonometry, significant digits, solving triangles, angles of elevation or depression. So, okay, significant digits obtained by actual measurement. Okay, so now, I don't know. Okay, forgot what I was talking about there. Anyway, all right, so right here, determine number of significant digits, answer, application of angle, use the following table. So a degree, okay, answer to significant. So it's going to be, for them, what they say significant means, okay, whole numbers, okay? Whole numbers right there. Okay, tens, 10 minutes or nearest tenth of a degree would be like this, okay, or like this, okay, that would be 3 significant. Minutes, hundredths, that's actually going to be for this 2 decimal points or there. Okay, so now, solving triangle, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. Now, let's actually do some math here. That's what I need. Okay, solve the right triangle. H. We're going to solve the right triangle. Now, by solving the right triangle, that means I'm solving for everything, angles and sides. Now, what is my reference angle? What is the angle that I'm going to start from here?
90.
A. Because that's the angle given to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So this is going to be my reference angle right here. So that means from that angle, this side over here would be?
Opposite.
Opposite. This side over here is? And this is? Right? Okay. So now, we're going to have to solve for A and B. And we're also going to have to solve for angle B. Now, if you guys remember this from before, we know that angle A and angle B add up to what?
90.
90. So if angle A and angle B add up to 90, I could actually solve that one first, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I get angle B. So let's show the math. So angle B would be equal to, let's see, it would be 90 degrees minus 34 degrees, 30 minutes. And when you do this, what's a special thing you have to do this when you do this in a calculator?
Triangle.
Triangle.
DMS.
Very good. Triangle and DMS. Please do that right now. Everybody, right now.
What is that one by the 30? Is that the
little triangle.
Yeah, that's a triangle. Sorry.
The one above the one next to it?
The minute.
Circle.
So it's
DMX.
this thing.
Resolves at 55 degrees 30. Is that right?
Yeah. I
That's good. 55.
35, 30.
Mister, doesn't the calculator need to be in degrees?
Now,
Yeah.
since we actually did the triangle and DMS, that is a force, but that's a good point because I'm pretty sure most people didn't look at the calculator yet, did they?
No, we did.
I
First
did.
thing you have to do,
Look, calculate.
look, check to see if it's in degrees.
It is.
Yours is? Okay. Some people's are not.
Mine's not working though.
Mine is.
Help.
Oh, shit.
You only have 34 minutes. You need 34 degrees. Wrong side. Okay, let's see.
Okay, I'll just fix it. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I hate when all this stuff is on here.
All right, so we got that one. So we got angle B. So since we're solving for the whole triangle, I still got to find some of these others.
Whoa. And that's that.
I don't even know.
I know. I don't either.
Okay, so now let's finish the rest. So we have that. So now, are we going to solve for little a or little b first? Someone said little a. There we go. So now, since we're going to use little a, that means I have to use what I have. So if I'm going to use that, that's going to be the opposite. And what value is given to me already?
Little c.
Oh,
Hypotenuse, right?
Little c. That's what people call me.
Okay, so we have Opposite and hypotenuse. What ratio is that? Some old hippie caught another
Oh, fine.
hippie tripping on acid. So, what are we using?
Sign.
Sine. Hey, shh, please stop. So it's going to be the sine of 34 degrees, 30 minutes is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So my opposite value is the variable. So I'm going to use the variable A over 12.7. Now we're trying to solve for that variable. So I'm trying to get that variable by itself. How would I undo the 12.7?
Multiply.
Very good. I'm going to multiply both sides by 12.7. So this is going to cancel. So I now have 12.7 sine of 34 degrees, 30 minutes is equal to my A value. Now, once we get to that point right there, put it in the calculator. So the variable is by itself. Now I can put that in the calculator.
Do we have to put the triangle DMS for this?
Nope, because this is looking for the length of a side. The length of the side is not in degrees. Only angles are measured in degrees. What's going to be the units on this side?
7.1933.
What's the units?
7.2.
What's a units? Units.
Inches.
How many are they? Inches, thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
7.2.
So we're going to say that A is about
7.2 inches.
Does that make sense?
Wait, what's? I want to know.
That's why the struggle is real, right?
I'm just so tired. Wait, what?
It's example 1. It's like the 4 slide. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it's
Slide 5.
I'm on the right one. Wait.
Okay.
How many feet are we each?
Okay, so now, what's the last one I have to do? I gotta do B, right? Yeah, so I have to do B, so I'm gonna go to scratch paper here. So B, so it'd be the sine. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna sketch my thing right here. 34 degrees, 30 minutes. This was my
Wait,
angle.
is it still the same slide?
Yeah, it's the same slide. I need more scratch paper so I can actually show it all work. It's just in mine I need it. Okay, so this is a little B, and this was my A. All right, so now from here, this one was my opposite, my hypotenuse, and my adjacent, right? So now to solve for little b, what am I going to use? Cosine. Cosine, because it's going to be adjacent and hypotenuse. So it's going to be the cosine of 34 degrees, 30 minutes is equal to adjacent, which is b, over 12.7. And I'm going to multiply both sides by? Very good. 12.7. Right? So it's going to be 12.7 cosine 34 degrees, 30 minutes is equal to b, because those cancel. And now that the b is by itself, what do you do? Huh? Put it in the calculator. Very good. That's what we need. Anyone coming up with weird answers?
10 point. Wait, mister. I'm supposed to do
One
one decimal? Okay. 10.5.
Because you have times 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that smart these days.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Huh? What's up?
10
still 1.
0.5.
Round it up, yep.
You forgot the minutes also. So you have to have the minutes in.
What is that? I didn't like that this looks so bad.
7.
There you go, see? Because you didn't put the minute sign. You know, it's the little tick mark for the minute. Okay. All right, so what do we get? So B is a boot what?
Oh, 10.5.
10.5 inches, right? So B, there we go. So we have solved for everything on the slide now, right? All angles and all sides. That's what it means solving a triangle.
That's a lot of work.
That looks fun.
Oh, hey, look, I even had another slide for that. All right. Maintain accuracy, use information much as possible, avoid rounding intermediate steps. So don't round until you get to the last step. That's what that's saying. All right, so we're going to solve this one right here, given 2 sides. All right, so now, it's a right triangle, right? So yes. If it's a right triangle, how can I find the missing side of a right triangle? Pythagorean theorem, right? Pythagorean theorem. So, in this case, it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Say yes.
Yes.
This one said is actually c squared equals b squared plus a squared.
Okay. All right, so I have a value for a, right? And I have a value for c, right?
Yeah.
C is always going to be the hypotenuse. Even if you have a different variable over here, C will always be my hypotenuse. So this is going to be 29.43 squared plus b squared equals 53.58 squared. Now, for the sake of, I'm going to show you guys a neat trick to go along with this. So if I take my Pythagorean theorem and I say, hey, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, isn't c, if I just square root both sides, would be equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared, right?
Yeah.
So that's if I just square root, right? Same thing, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm solving for c, can't I just plug it in just like that?
Yeah.
Okay. But if I'm solving for a, what would I do to b to get it over there?
Subtract.
You would subtract it, right? So you would have a squared equals c squared minus b squared, right? So yes.
Yeah.
How would I undo a square? Square root both sides. So I could say that a is equal to the square root of c squared minus b squared, right?
Yeah.
Hey, didn't he give you a one?
It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Hey, 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 pay attention. It's a pattern right here. So, given that pattern, how can I solve for b? I could say that b is equal to,
C
C squared minus a squared.
very good. So, if you have these on your notes, you don't have to do all your work. So this is not in the notes, but this is part of something that will be very, very helpful for you. So if you had them on your notes, if you wrote them down in your notes, if you put them down on paper right now, at this current moment, you can have them for later. Okay, as long as you have your pencil in your hand, writing this down for the sake of saving your own life later on, please do that for the love of sweet baby Jesus. Please write down these.
I did.
I was actually looking at the guy that still hasn't picked up his pencil.
I know.
Me? You
like-
talking to me?
Yes, you!
I mean, what down?
You wrote these down that I just wrote.
Sir.
What is that for? I can't see on the line, sir.
God, I'm trying to make you pass. And you're like trying to fight me for it. Ha, JK. Ha, I got one over on you. I failed anyway.
Well, there's some right here. Oh my God.
Mister, what page is this on?
I don't know.
God.
Okay,
Page 3.
now, if you were paying attention, what variable am I solving for?
B.
So I could actually say b is equal to the square root of, what am I going to use?
Oh, C first.
C squared, so it's going to be?
53.58 squared minus. I can't see that.
Minus 29.43?
29.43. Yeah.
Okay, so you can plug it straight into the calculator right there for that. That's the point I'm trying to get at. Make it easier, less work. You just the formula right there.
What's that second to last one?
This A,
Oh, that's A?
yeah. Sorry,
Mr. Miller, so that's what.
yeah.
That made it worse.
Hey.
So, what is B going to be?
44.7.
44.7?
No, 44.8. If you round it up, yes.
Oh, you can't, no.
Oh, you gave me right. Thank you.
Can I have a couple? Just not a lot.
Okay, now I want you guys to take a look. Excuse me, hey. Come on, I need you guys paying attention here.
Sorry.
Wait,
Now, how many decimals are they using already?
2, so you just use 2.
So you should have 2, right?
5-second rule.
44 point what?
That's not right.
7.
Like that?
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
I like even your head.
Oh, you
Okay. Now, what are my units?
Centimeters.
Centimeters. Thank you. All right, so now I have all the sides, but I don't have an angle yet. Was there something that I needed to do to find an angle? Okay, what is this special thing to find an angle? You do what? Not centimeters. Oh, thank you. Sine inverse. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sine inverse, right? He said sine inverse. But now, let's take a look. So let's see. We're going to have to do an inverse here. But if we're using sine, that means we would start from here, right? So if this is my reference angle here, this side over here is opposite, this side is hypotenuse, and this side is adjacent. Okay? So now we're going to solve for this. Because we have that one there and that one there, since we have these two right here, I have the opposite and hypotenuse, right? So it's going to be sine of A is equal to 29.43 over 53.58. Now, this is the point that he was talking about. So whenever I'm looking for the angle, you have to do the, say, inverse. And I know your phone's not out right now, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, so whenever you look for the angle, you have to use the inverse. So let's go ahead and switch those. So when I switch those, it's going to be A equals inverse sine of 29.43, 53.58. That's when you put that in the calculator. Please pick up your calculator and start doing this.
I thought that was an 8%. It is an A. 8.
A or 8. That is an 8.
We're talking about the one next to the sign. Oh.
A?
No, the
The
S.
S looks like an 8.
Oh,
Okay.
But then you know
Well,
it's
you
sign.
know it's an S, so come on, don't make it hard
Common sense, dude.
on him.
Come on, my dude. All right, hey, that guy.
Man,
The one that
it's
hates
cold in
America.
here.
Can you tell me what angle A is going to be?
It was a mistake.
Angle A. Tell me what angle A is going to be.
Oh, it is.
33.5.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry, wait. It went down. Oh, I think I deleted it. Wait, I can put it right back. 33.134.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's 33.3.
Oh, 33.3. Sorry,
Point
my
three?
calculator was off.
Your what's off?
My calculator.
Okay, yeah, it's your calculator.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Inverse.
Yeah, I got
Is that what you got? Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, I got that.
okay, listen up. So, now for this one right here, I need to actually go back and try and find angle B now. I could either do another inverse, or I know that angle A and angle B have to add up to be what? 90. So to get B, 90 degrees minus 33.3. What is it?
66.7.
It's 60,
No, 56.7.
56.7.
Yeah.
I was off by 10.
That's a lot.
No.
All right, you guys okay here?
Yeah.
56.7.
All right, so let's see. Is that the last one, example 2? Yep, there we go. All right, so we'll continue more of this tomorrow. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Work on your homework, please.